ICT Functional Skills Word, creating a poster. Topics you need to know. You're going to look at the page layout, making sure you save your document early on. You're going to look at the general content from text and images, formatting these and making sure they're consistent, changing the page colour and adding shapes to help you do this, checking your work with a print preview, and then going on to do a task. Okay, so we're going to look at the very basic things that you need to do if you were to use Word to make a poster for the exam. I'm just going to run through some of these main features. Okay, the first thing I'd consider doing is setting the page layout and size and saving your document as soon as possible. If you don't do this now, you'll have to reposition everything later. So if we go to layout, do I need to change the orientation? Am I happy with portrait or do I want to change it to landscape? And then you've got the size. Now the size of the options that you'll get are very dependent upon the printer settings being set up. So you'll notice that I haven't got A3 because I haven't got any printer properties that allow for A3. So I'm quite happy with A4, so that's fine. Now the first thing I want to do, I want to save my document. I'm going to do a save as in this instance. And I'm just going to change this to something that's easy to view, so poster. And I find it quite useful to put version in there as well, so if I'm making improvements later, I want to know which version I'm currently working on, especially if I sent this out to anybody. So I think I'm going to make this one version 2. Potentially because I've already got a version 1 on my computer. Okay, so now to get the basic content on the page, we don't have to worry about doing anything fancy yet. So what text needs to be included? We don't want a lot of text, but if we put that in there now, we know what we're working with. We can add any pictures and so forth and do any formatting. So very basically, we're going to have an office, summer party, on the, so Friday, 28th of June, 2019. Let's say, bring your partner or friend. And lastly, just a bit more text. So drinks and food supplied. Okay. And so of course, being a poster, we're going to make this quite big. So if we go to home now, I'm probably going to change the font as well, the font type. So I'm going to set this to something I found earlier, called Forte. I need to make this a nice large text. And this is for everything, and I can change individual later. Now the reason why I've changed all this text in one go is you don't want to use a lot of different fonts. You need to make it as easy to read as possible. So I'm not going to do a lot of changes to text after this, but for now, that's given us something to work with. I'm also going to change the colour. Now I'm actually intending to make this yellow, and you'll notice that you can't currently read it very well, but I am intending to change the background. Again, that's something to consider as you start changing these things. How readable is it for others? Okay, so I'm going to make this yellow. And next thing I want to do is to change the background colour. So under the design of the document, there is an option for page colour. Now this won't necessarily print. In fact, I've never heard this being able to print very well. It's more for digital page colours. So to actually have a background colour when we print, we need to add a shape. So you can add a shape, add a rectangle, and just highlight this over the page here. Let's just scroll down and drag it to the bottom. And I need to send that to the back, so that's behind my text. But I want a nice summary colour background. So you can see from my drawing tools formatting here, I have a shape fill, and I've been playing around with this earlier, so I've got a nice orange, nice summary fill, orange and yellow there. Okay, so it's really beginning to look like a summer poster. Next thing I'd like to do is to insert an image, and the thing to consider here is copyright. Do you have ownership of the image? Now for the exam, they're going to more than likely supply you with images, or either downloaded one as a previous task. If I go to pictures now, there's a picture I took previously, and you can see it's quite large, so let's shrink this down straight away. And I want this at the bottom. Okay, and I'm probably going to keep to the same sort of style. So while my picture is highlighted, I've got these picture tools here. And I'm going to change the colour type. I want it to sort of match the rest of the poster really. Now I think this kind of gold colour kind of works quite well with the text. I want to make my picture a little bit bigger, but I'm going to crop out some of the bits I don't need as well. So I'm going to crop and drag these thick lines to the edges of the bits I like. Let's also make the picture a bit thinner, and I can move my text around it then. Take off my crop. Now I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. I want it to move around the text as well. So if I go to wrap text and change that to square, and when I drag that around, my text move with it as well. I think also what I'm doing is I'm going to make my text center aligned. I think I'm going to make the top part a little bit bigger as well. Okay, so a nice clear title going on there. I might have a space just down there. And then, there we go. Okay, so not a very complicated poster. We've got the text that's more likely to be provided. We've made it suitable for the purpose, so it's nice and colourful. We've inserted an image, cropped it and so forth, and positioned it around the screen. These are sort of basic things you need to be aware of. We've kept the text quite consistent. Yes, we've changed some of the size, but generally it's quite easy to read. It's the same font style, and that's the same font colour. Okay, and you can do other things. You can insert other shapes that might be relevant. You can add any watermarks, or while the actual page is highlighted. You can do other things as well. Let me have a look there. So you can add a page border if you wish to. And put a border around your screen. But for now, I'm quite happy with that. For the basic needs of a poster, that's quite fine. But I now want to check my poster. Now I want to do this clearly before I print it. So I go to File and Print. Now give me a print preview on this page. Now some things will show slightly differently, but you do need to check. If I zoom in to 100%, it's saying here this isn't dragged down, but I think it has, but usually you need to double check your print preview how it's going to come out. You may wish to drag your colour up to the edges, but you'll find that a printer doesn't print to the very edge anyway. But check you know what printer it's going to, how many sided. If it's said of 2 pages here, I know I've unintentionally gone to another page and I don't want this. I can check the orientation if it's different, the size, margins, and so forth. I can check here. I would also only print one off if this is in real life, and make sure you're happy with that before you printed various others off. Okay, and that's all you really need to know about printing a poster and making a poster for the exam. And of course at this point I've made various changes. I'm going to save that as well. Okay, that's just a very basic poster for the exam. Practice task. Make a poster either for colleagues at work or an event. Show others and get their opinion. Create a version 2 if necessary. Now, take time to look at other posters when you're out. Is there anything that doesn't work well?